Need something to ride?
No matter the trouble.
Excuse me, please. I have a message for you.
And so we've come full circle. I led the original 5 companions on a quest to reclaim the amulet, perhaps. But I wonder, will history repeat itself or rewrite itself? It was a holy city in the First Era, founded by Queen Alessia herself. It is in the mountains of Calovia, the land.
The time has come for us to enter the catacombs of Sancretor. Do not underestimate the dangers that await us. I have been through much, but this body is tougher than the great oaks of Valenwood. My Lord Varen will open a gateway to Sancretor. The amulet lies in a vault protected.
The portal is open. Go now. Return with the Amulet of Kings.
Could have hidden that amulet anywhere in Tamriel, and this was your first choice?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Brilliant. Why is it that the people with the most ridiculous ideas are always the ones who are most certain of them?
Shut up,
Shut up,
Thorn.
Thorn.
Brings you to Sancretor, old friend? Looking for an amulet, perhaps?
Marco, how did you find this place?
Do you really think I'd allow you to escape the halls of torment if I couldn't track your every move?
Sai, no! Menimarco, stop! You're killing him!
Where is the Amulet of Kings? My master, Molag Bal, demands it!
Your master, please. You would use the amulet to betray Molag Bal.
Fool! When I ascended, you could have been at my right hand, Tharn. Instead, you chose to align yourself with mongrels and imbeciles. Now, you'll die with them.
You won't get away with this. Do you really think you can betray a Daedric prince?
With the Amulet of Kings, all things are possible. Nations will tremble and bow before me. I will be a god!
The Amulet of Kings will never be yours. It is protected by a ward of the Divines.
You mean your ward of Stendar, god of merciful forbearance, patron of gutless, law-abiding dimwits? It won't even slow me down.
Menimarco has been watching our every move. We led him right to the amulet. Menimarco may be powerful enough to break through Stendar's ward eventually. If we can get to the we must make our way.
Sai, are you well enough to continue?
Have no fear, Snow Lily. I am Redguard. We are like mountain bamboo. Far stronger and more flexible than we might appear.
I find it hilarious that Menimarco...
Through that gate lies the Crypt of Heroes. We can enter if you wish, but it is a foul place where the dead are restless and angry.
Persistent, aren't you? Do you really think you can keep me from acquiring the
The Amulet of Kings is under the protection of Stendarr's ward. It will never be yours.
Ah, sigh. You still don't understand, do you? My plan will succeed because of your ward of Stendarr. It will prevent Molag Bal from observing or interfering. By the time the ward is down and the amulet is mine, it will already be too late.
You're insane if you think you can betray the god of schemes.
Naive child. You know nothing. Chim El Adabal, the red diamond at the center of the Amulet of Kings, is the most powerful soul gem ever created. With the amulet in my possession, I will absorb Molag Bal's power, reducing him to an empty husk of ethereal flesh. Then I will trap his essence within the gem. Forgotten. In time, all of Tamriel will bow down before me. Soon, the god of schemes will have a new name. Manimbarker.
Moment, my friends. I must rest before we continue.
Sai, are you all right? That bastard really hurt you, didn't he? I swear to the gods, I'll take his head off.
I'll be fine, Snow Lily. I just need a moment to catch my breath.
Take all the time you need. I'll keep watch. If there's anything I can do, just name it.
An enchanting moment. I'll be over here bringing up my lunch.
Set's tears. I thought I could handle this. Nana Marcos, I have pushed my body much further than this. It is my mind that pains me. That voice. Nana Marcos' voice. I will make it through this, my friend. I did not We must consecrate the 2 shrines with Stendarr's blessing before the... The shrine is on the far side of the room. Quickly, we must find our way across.
I have a surprise for you, Sai. Do you remember your fallen comrades from the Dragon Tower? I've taken the liberty of raising them, and they're quite anxious to see you.
Worms and files of the family beyond it. I have no wish to disfigure the corpses of my old comrades of the Dragon Guard. We must consecrate the shrine. Stendarr, God of mercy, charity, and justice, empower us with your wisdom and vision. Help us to right the wrongs of this world through your grace and with your guidance. Encourage us as we smite the wicked and punish the unjust. Now, we have only to consecrate the 2nd shrine before we can enter the vault.
You certainly did a thorough job hiding the amulet, Sai. Couldn't you have just stuffed it in a mattress or something?
The 2nd shrine is in the chamber beyond. There is a trick to reaching it. A puzzle of sorts. I do not recall its solution. The altar is on the far side, but to reach it, the drawbridge must be lowered. shrine is on the other side of the chasm. The drawbridge is controlled by those levers. There's a pattern to it. All the levers must face the same way for the bridge to open. I seem to recall that using one will...
A lever puzzle? How utter...
Don't look at me. I'm terrible at puzzles.
The shrine is on the other...
You did it! The bridge is down!
Kill them!
By your grace, these consecrations, we beseech you to lower your wards and grant us safe passage into the Vault of Kings.
Dank corridors, crumbling walls, nauseating smells. This place has all the charm of a Riften brothel. It must feel very much like home to you, Titan.
You mean a crypt filled with the rotting corpses of inbred kings and failed statesmen? Must be what it's like at a Tharn family reunion.
It is much more pleasant in the summer months.
Your pathetic efforts will not succeed. The Amulet of Kings will be mine!
Swear by Stendar's grace and the sword of my father, you will not win, Anamarco.
Soon, you will know the extent of my power and bow before me. Through the power of the Amulet of Kings, I will be transformed. All the nations of Tamriel will bow before me. They will worship me and beg for my mercy. All will know the name of Manimarco as their one true god.
You'll never get away with it, Manimarco. We'll fight you to our last breath.
By all means, my old friends. Try and stop me.
There it is. The door to the vault. The shrines have been consecrated in Stendar's name. Now you must use them. Stand in the casting circle and direct the ring at the doors to lift the ward. Look, the amulet. I can see it from here.
Keep Manimarco occupied. I'll close the portal.
hell has ever known. This is merely a transition. My first step towards true immortality. Now witness my true power! Watch as I rise up from the grave and ascend to godhood!
Worm! You think you can betray the Lord of brutality and domination without consequence? You will pay for your arrogance. You will writhe in agony for the rest of eternity. Your tortured screams will echo throughout oblivion to serve as a warning to others.
Everything Manimarco did was designed to pit us against each other. We can't let that happen. Look what we can accomplish when we work together.
How uncharacteristically optimistic of you, Titanborn. I may have that embroidered on a pillow.
The Divines gave you a nose for a reason, Tharn. So you can keep your mouth shut and still keep breathing.
Well played, Titanborn. Well played.
It is done. The Amulet of Kings is ours once. Manimarco will pay dearly for the rest of eternity. One cannot out-scheme the god of schemes without paying a heavy price. I can. Sai Sahan must rest, as must we all. We can sleep a little easier knowing the King of Worms has been defeated, but we cannot rest too long. I've not forgotten Vestige. It is another piece of the puzzle, and we shall address it in due time. But for now, let us rest and recover. As always. Companions assemble once more. Travel to the harborage. It is time for our final preparations.
even with the alchemist's camp.
Welcome to the...
They're having an important meeting and asked if I give them some privacy. I mean, do you believe it? Where's the trust? Pop on out to the...
Don't look at me. Varen called this meeting. Apparently he's got something to share.
You've returned. We have a lot to discuss, but Lord Baron is anxious to speak with you first. We'll talk.
Welcome back, Vestige. News of Manimarco's demise spreads far and wide. Like worms, his followers burrow deep. As ever, straight to the point. You've done the impossible. The King of Worms has been consumed by the wrath of Molog Bal. That is the grim truth of the matter. But the Amulet of Kings is in our possession. In my sleep, I hear his tormented screams, and Molog Bal forces visions. Behold the fate of the King of Worms.
Please, no more! It was a misunderstanding, Great One! Let me serve you! Let me prove my loyalty! No more, I beg of you!
Manimarco's torment will be endless. The god of schemes will use him to set an example. All who follow him will know you cannot hope to betray the greatest of betrayers. I cannot help but pity him, despite all he has done. But this is not why you were called here, Vestige. Come, Saizahar will speak with you first.
The greatest of the Sword Saints, Divad, tells us that destiny's a chain, forged one link at a time. It is you, my friend. You are the link. I will not bore you with effusive praise, but state it plainly. When Emperor Varen first brought the five companions together, he did so in the hope of creating a Tamri. The five companions failed, betrayed from within by one of our own. The Worm King, Manimarco. All that came after was the result. We want you to join us as our fifth member. You were the champion we should have had with us back then. Don't look so grave. This is largely symbolic, but please, humor an old soldier. My lord, with your permission.
You needn't call me that anymore, Saizahan. We are
All
equals
those
now.
years ago, when we fought beneath our lord's banner to free the Empire from the Longhouse Emperors, we did so with a dream of freedom and peace in mind. Not just for the Empire, but for all of Tamriel. Together, we forged a fellowship stronger than any blade, only to see it shattered upon the rocks of deceit by one of our own. That fellowship is no more. Yet we four have assembled here, united by a single purpose. It is not vengeance that drives us, but truth and loyalty and justice. I, Sai Sahan, steward of the Abbey of Blades, call for the 5 companions to be reforged this by the light of Stendarr and the heart of Lorcan. May our blade of fellowship be forged anew, and may the vestige, our mutual friend and ally, become its tip, that we may thrust it straight into the heart of a Daedric prince.
Sai Sahan is right. You are the member that we should have had all those years ago.
It is as the scrolls foretold. The soulless one will become the brightest of 5 stars, and they shall guide us to the coming dawn.
Oh, please, you melodramatic sots. Fine, fine. If seeing one of your foolish prophecies come true will help to ensure the safety of the Empire, I'll
Stand
play along.
united once more. The 5 companions are reforged, and together we will strike down the God of Schemes!
Come here, my friend. I've got a few things I want to say before you go. It's been a long road, hasn't it? My father used to say that if you avoid all of life's abrasions, you'll never be polished enough to shine. I've been thinking about our adventures and the hardships we've faced together. We're in the last leg of this journey, aren't we? Where do you see yourself going after all of this is over? I mean, assuming we survive, get your soul back, and stop Molag Bal. Traveling is a humbling experience. You see firsthand what a small place you occupy in the world. Funny thing is, the farther you go, the harder it is to return. But when you do... Me? I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to Skyrim and settle down. Squeeze... What? No! Can you imagine it? Lyra's Titanborn, shepherd, farmer, housewife? I need to be out in the wind and wild. And if I ever find my life mate, he'll feel the same way. My turn. What's your one regret about all we've been through? You never get used to it. My father, he'll die over and over again for the rest of my life. Oh, lots of things. Friends lost, missed opportunities, failed endeavors. Maybe the best. One last thing. You like mead? Never? Mead is the honeyed kiss of the gods themselves. You must try. Let's not forget the struggles that got us to this point. We're almost home. We just have a bit further to fight.
Are you all insane? You do realize what we need to do, right? We have to fight a Daedric prince. Amulet or no, this is going to mean more death. Vestige, come here. I'll tell you what they're afraid to mention. Getting all chummy with Titanborn? I enjoy the company of clever, well-informed people. You really should try it sometime. So, you felled the great Manimar. The farmer doesn't thank the cow when it voids itself on the field, but it still makes the crops grow taller. I suppose it is, but that wasn't the reason for this heartwarming reunion. Varen and I have spoken at length since you recovered the amulet, and have determined. First, the plane meld must be stopped. Even now, forces gather and plan an assault on Oblivion itself. Then, and only then, can you take the fight to Molag Bal himself. To restore I know more about the Daedra than any man or mer alive. For good or ill, my family has always kept ties with the forces of Oblivion, and this much... With the amulet in our possession, we may be able to wound him, severely, and in the process force him to relinquish every last soul he has stolen, including your own. The ritual we performed with the Amulet of Kings caused the soul burst and damaged the veil between worlds. If the damage is to be... only if we use it here on Nirn. But if we were to travel to Cold Harbor, we might be able to harness its power, imbue you with divine agent. Calling upon the power of the amulet in this manner will consume someone's soul, utterly. One cannot channel the power of the gods without paying such a price. Unfortunately, you don't have a soul to consume, more specifically, one of our 3 companions. I suspect that's why they're so nauseatingly over-appreciative and fawning. Of course it is. The fact of the matter stands, however. One of the 5 will need to give their life to fuel this attack, when the time comes.
So you said before the vestige arrived, and I've already thought it over. I'll do it.
Snow Lily, no. You should not need to give your life this way. This is my duty. Penance for my numerous failures. This is my chance to make things right.
The scroll said nothing of this moment, and so I am not bound to their dictates. Vestige, I ask that you let me do this one thing. All that has happened was because of my hubris. I shall be the one.
Sire, you've done enough. This was Manimarco's doing, not yours.
As the one who will fight the Daedric Prince, the Vestige should decide.
I don't see you leaping to volunteer, Tharn. Saving your own backside again.
Hard as it may be, Lyris, don't be an idiot. I'm the only one who knows the ritual, and we don't have time to teach anyone else.
That's enough. It won't be decided here and now. Vestige, come here. I have some final words for you. It appears we have come full circle, Vestige. That millions of others may live, yes. Do not be troubled. Any one of us would gladly. As Tharn has said, there are already plans in motion to infiltrate Cold Harbor. You must be part of them. The chains that anchor us to oblivion draw. When the plane meld has been thwarted and the dust has settled, the 5 companions will gather one last time to face our destinies. The god of...
Fine. Be about your business. I shall be in Wayrest, waiting for you. Greetings. I am Varnus Galarian, head of the Mages Guild. Yes, it's high time Tamriel was free of Molongbal's grip. The Anchors, the Daedra. I want you to meet with Copper Daria, leader of the Ring of Daggers.
A dead werewolf brought back to life. Am I really expected to believe that such a thing is possible?
Over here! We have much to discuss, you and I.
About time you got here. Name's Daria, but my friends call me Copper. I head up the Ring of Daggers. I'll eat sand before I give orders to the King's right hand. You want to help Varnus with his crazy plan? Be my guest. Really? Zet's tears you're as crazy as he is. I better get to work then. There are a lot of preparations to make. Varnus should be here shortly. I'll let him give you the details. So, what's the bet?
100 gold says there's an attempt on our lives within the week.
That's a sucker bet. The hidden armigers have hit us at least once a week for the past 3 months.
All right. 300 says that when the Dominion spies contact us, it'll be Cariel, not Razumdar.
Cariel? That wench knows better than to show her face around me. Mark my words, I'm going to have to hunt her down to slit her
And
throat.
after you do, that 300 gold will buy you enough ale to celebrate for a year.
I'll take that bet.
And share the ale if you win. Let's go. We have a lot of work to do.
Apologies for my lateness. Thank you for coming so quickly, Champion. I've been consulting with Countess Hakruba of the Fighters Guild. Both of our guilds believe the time has come to trust, as always. The Alliance leaders will never agree to join forces, And if our guilds only work with one alliance, the other two will see it as a betrayal. For both guilds, our neutrality is our strength. The war in Cyrodiil has been long and bloody, and all three alliances are spread thinly. They can't commit resources to an assault on Cold Harbor without making themselves vulnerable. I want to bring all three leaders together, maybe cut a deal. You're in a unique position. You can speak with authority, but you're not an alliance leader. You're respected, you have a reputation. They may let you get a word in before they leap at each other's throats. I found the perfect meeting place. A neutral location far from disputed territories, an island called Sturk. I can get you an audience with each leader and provide... That's all I ask. I'll open the portal. I think it's best that I travel with you and make introductions as a neutral party.
Watch yourselves, outsiders. Give us a good reason and the Armigers will cut you down where you stand.
We'll burn you.
And shatter you.
Any questions? I didn't think so.
Silence, Thrush. Master Galarian, please continue.
My companion hopes to speak with you about the impending Cold Harbor crisis.
I have heard tales of this one. The Skull King favors the bold, even among his enemies. Come, champion, let us speak. I will stay your execution since you came all this way. But choose your words carefully. I'm not a patient king. Yes, well, I am both suspicious and curious. If you are an assassin, though, get on with it. But remember this, to fear death is to fear life. I am Nord. When my time comes, I will embrace it. Sovngarde will be glorious. No meetings, no schemes. Ooh, the three alliances? Has magical travel rattled your brain? Speak plainly. What do you ask of me? Where the All Flags army was born. If the other leaders agree, I will attend. If nothing else...
That went well, I think. Shall we move on? Elden Root. We should have a somewhat warmer reception there. Greatly esteemed Queen Irene Arana Aldmeri, it is my great honor to present to you...
Varnus, you're so formal. I remember the patience and kindness you showed an awkward, freckled waif all those years ago on fair Somerset. You captured this child's heart then, and it remains with you to this day.
You warm an old man's heart, my queen. I remember well those halcyon days.
As do I, my old friend. Sorry about all these guards. I'm told they're necessary. These are dark days.
A wise precaution, my queen. My counsel would be no different. If you'll permit it, my companion would like to speak with you.
Ah, yes. Let me meet this hero I've heard so much about. It's not often the heroic deeds of one who by all rights should be considered a mortal enemy reach my ears. Come, let's talk. Varnus is a dear man. In many ways, he is family to me. Since he has given you his trust, I'm willing to set aside our differences. Well spoken and point taken. To be perfectly honest, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to meet you. A true champion is like a stone cast upon the waters of history. The ripples it creates travel far and wide. Humility is a noble thing, but you must also remain strong and self-assured. A true champion is also history's pawn, and history is a cruel and And you need all 3 of the Alliance leaders to attend this meeting. A bold suggestion. I like it. Very well.
I didn't think it possible. Well done! We must return it. We have much to do. Come.
Tell the lovely Cabernaria that this one looks forward to seeing her lithe figure.
Raz, inappropriate.
This one has no regrets.
All 3 leaders have agreed to join us on Stirk. Now comes the tricky part. Individually, the leaders are rational, even reasonable. But get them together and... everything's been prepared. Are you... Then, with your permission, I'll open the...
The word has been given.
A moment, please! I'll wait for you on the other side.
Our representative, Captain Alfari, is in charge of
Welcome to the island of Stirk. Representatives from all 3 alliances are... I'm told they'll be arriving at the meeting site by portal any moment. After all the bloodshed in Cyrodiil, I fear the... I don't envy you. 2 kings and a queen with barely a thimble of patience between them. Reaching a compromise will be no small task, I promise you. Third. Look! It's Lady Laurent!
Careful with that, you clumsy fool. Do hurry it up. We're missing everything.
I never weary of your charms, Lady Laurent.
Vanus Galarian as I live and breathe. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I had no idea the summit was to be held on the legendary island of Stirk.
It seemed a fitting choice. It was here that the leaders of the First Era assembled the All-Flags Navy to do battle with the Slode.
I can't wait to see what surprises Molag Bal's realm has in store for us.
We are waging war, not embarking on a sightseeing expedition, milady.
Fear not, Vanus. I can take care of myself and my useless lump of a manservant. Stibbons, haven't you finished tying those bags yet? Oh, you really are hopeless.
Farewell, milady. We must dash. We're expected at the summit. Wonderful. It's Tellinger. Here's Tellinger, the artificer himself. Must it always take a crisis to pull you away from your toys, Telly?
Vanus, your robes smell of failed experiments and your words of failed wit.
Tell me, Telly, what Dwemer rubbish pit did you crawl out of this week?
You really must learn to respect your betters, old friend.
Do let me know when one happens by, won't you? I don't have the time or the energy, Tellinger, so I'll bid you good day. The captain in charge of security, Alfari, is over there.
Captain Alfari, has the island been secured?
Aye. All ships in the area have been diverted away from the island, and the wards are in place.
And the Alliance leaders?
They'll be here any moment. You 3 should get over there as soon as you can.
We're on our way. Thank you, Captain. We must make
Security
haste.
couldn't be tighter. This should...
High King Emmerich of the Daggerfall Covenant. Queen Irene of the Old Merry Dominion. Yoren Skald King of the Ebonheart Pact.
We must put aside our differences and work together, or this assault is doomed from the start.
How do we know this isn't a ruse? A clever plan to divert our forces while your armies take the Imperial City.
I thought backstabbing was your favorite tactic, Emmerich.
Please, are you both so arrogant? Your weapons are children's toys compared to the horrors that Molag Bal commands.
I will not wager the future of my people on the word of a snow barbarian and an adolescent female. I fear for Tamriel's future if either of you were to sit upon the Ruby Throne.
Since when do you care about your people? You never lift a finger except to count your gold.
Please, my lords, this bickering is pointless.
What a waste of time.
Obstinate fools, both of you.
What a mess. Apologies, Vanus, but I'm going to check on my lion guard.
This is going about as well as I expected. Even if we can get them to stop bickering, they'll never agree to send troops to Cold Harbor. That would leave Cyrodiil unprotected. An interesting idea, but they need to stop bickering long enough to consider it. Why?
Intractable fools. Their pride will see us all dead.
We've served as the first line of defense against Molag Bal's invaders, destroying his dark anchors all across Tamriel. They've succeeded in reducing their ranks and leveling half of Cyrodiil. Willing and able. But, like the Mages Guild, we are constrained by a non-interference pact. The alliances will...
Captain Curran told me of how you helped him in Coghlan Village. Well done.
This meeting feels like two wolves and a sheep discussing what to have for dinner. I will not sit back and let them pick up my bones. That's more than I'm getting from them. What do you suggest? I don't doubt their commitment or their bravery, but they are few. And Molag... All right then. I'll agree, provided you can convince the barbarian and the child queen. I don't envy you the task. Them.
Save your breath. I will not be swayed by Emmerich's lapdog. But what about the war in Cyrodiil? If I commit troops to this invasion, the Pact will be vastly outnumbered there. Wizards and mercenaries against the Daedric hordes without the Ebonheart Pact. How dare you? I should kill you where you stand. History will remember the Skull King as the bane of Molag Bal.
Your king needs to stop talking out of the side of his mouth. He has a lot of Dominion blood on his hands. We're not... Is there? What did you have in mind? Perhaps. But we don't know enough about Cold Harbor to fully understand what they'd be up against. Well, it's certainly not what they'll be expecting. Very well, I'll agree, if you can convince...
Any luck? Or are they still at an impasse? I hope they come to their senses soon. We're going to lose the element of surprise. With very good reason, but the sooner they come to an agreement that... Does the air feel strange to you? That's odd. All of a sudden... I have an ill feeling about this.
He has arrived. I can't.
Caldian! What's happening?
Go! Get away from me! Run!
These are the great leaders of Tamriel. Pathetic. But how convenient to have them gathered together in one place, so I can crush them like insects.
Moloch Ball! Stay back, Countess!
The insects fight back! How amusing! And yet, so very sad. All of Nern shall be mine.
Rebellion!
Protect the leaders.
I thought we were safe here, hidden from the enemy. The god of schemes grows more powerful by the day. Agreed. There's no time to waste. We must take the fight to... Yes, at the Iliad Well at the center of the island. After that terrible display of power, I don't think they have... Honored leaders! You have seen the face of our enemy! Molag Bal threatens every living being in Tamriel. The Mages Guild and the Fighters Guild have agreed to join forces to launch an assault on Cold Harbor!
Trust in us. Sanction our actions. Give us your blessings. We will not let you down.
Vanos is right. The guilds are our best and only choice. Send them to Cold Harbor.
I hate to admit it, but I agree with Emmerich.
As do I. It appears that much of the distrust between our alliances was sown and nurtured by the god of schemes.
Molag Bal thrives on deception and chaos. But if you'll forgive me, this alliance war is of your own making.
Countess Akruba, gather the surviving members of both guilds in the Sturk interior. The champion and I will go there now to open the portal.
We'll be right behind you, Vanus.
The time has come, champion.
Let's go!
Stendarr, protect us all! We're as ready as we shall ever be. Unfortunately, yes. It's not the massive army we'd hoped for. But now that Molag Bal knows we're coming, it's difficult to predict where you will emerge once you reach Cold Harbor.
this? Survived then, have you? Jolly good. Jolly good. Rotten luck. They arrived in Cold Harbor, but in entirely different locations. Bloody unpredictable. Welcome back to Cold Harbor, old chum. Jolly good to see you. I was afraid you... What bridge? Is there a bridge? Tricky things, bridges. Tend to have all kinds of hideous creatures living beneath them. Except that dreadfully dull place. Welcome back to Cold Harbor. Welcome to the beautiful gardens of Cold Harbor. Do have a look around. Lovely day. I have the honest feeling we've discussed this before, or did I already mention that? No matter. I am Sir Cadwell, the Undaunted, Knight of the Court of Cold Harbor, champion of chivalry, defender of the... am I not speaking the common tongue of Nern? I was once fluent, but time does get on. Did I? I don't recall that, but there is a bridge just ahead. Saying that's in the north, isn't it? I don't believe it. Hello, what's this?
Very few would dare to enter the Prince of Murder's realm of their own choosing. Your action consists of equal parts bravery and stupidity. You may refer to me as the groundskeeper, one of the few survivors that remain. I tend to this city. The city's original name no longer matters. Now it is a hollow city, waiting to be filled. A perfect place to begin an assault on Molag Bal. This city can be your armor against the hazards of... It could be. There is no safer place in Cold Harbor. Watch and listen. While I could explain things to you, it will be better to... Long ago, this city existed in Nern. It was alive and vibrant, and went by a different name. Its people were devoted to Prince Meridia, the Radiant One. They lived in peace and assumed themselves safe from any dangers. But Meridia has enemies, such as the despicable Molag Bal. the Prince of Murder sent minions from Cold Harbor to destroy her beloved city. The city's defenders did what they could, but they were no match for Molag Bal's forces. Everyone outside the walls was slaughtered, but the warriors and mages managed to seal the gates to protect those huddled within. As fortune would have it, the Ayleid King Lalorian Dainar was visiting the city. A skilled warrior and tactician, he quickly took command of the city's defenses. The Ayleid King single-handedly protected one of the gates. As he fought, he prayed for assistance, and his prayers were answered. Meridia felt compassion for her followers, but she also saw an opportunity. Molag Bal's open portal worked both ways. The time had come to take the battle to Cold Harbor. Meridia warded the city and pushed it into Cold Harbor. The city arrived intact, but many of its inhabitants were either killed or scattered by this realm's protective spells. Even the Ayleid King was captured. Still, Meridia had accomplished the impossible. She stabbed a dagger into Molag Bal's side. A portion of her realm was in his domain, and he could not touch it. The survivors lost faith, however. One by one, they left the safe confines of the city to try to return to Nurn. They were foolish, and they paid the price for rejecting Meridia's edicts. Meridia foresaw a day when an opportunity would arise. An overconfident Molag Bal. Champions from another plane. On that day, this city would become the focal point for the assault against the Lord of Schemes. I say that the day has finally arrived. The great mage, Vana Scalarian, the Ayleid King. This city shall serve you well against Molag Bal. Know that every choice you make in Cold Harbor will have an effect on the Hollow City. I am your advisor. We both wish to stop Molag Bal's machinations. I offer you must gather those who were lost. You shall require more than just the king and the mage, of course. But they are as good a starting point as any. Others in this realm, as you seek out the mage and the king, I'm sure go west. Beyond. I recommend heading west first to find the Ayleid King. Originally, the lights were a gift from Meridia. Power that protected the city and made life easier. King Dainar is trapped within a tower of darkness, bound by shadows and dark magic. As you no doubt noticed, Molag Bal's realm had rumors only, I'm afraid.
Welcome to the Shining Star, my friend. You won't find a more warm and inviting place. There's a small number of us, and we've learned to work well together. Plus, the groundskeeper does her best to make sure we have fresh, friendly sort. Thinks he's a knight or something. He's a bit crazy, but otherwise he's mostly harmless.
Welcome, friend. I come from a long line of master brewers, and I guarantee that my beverages are the best you'll ever drink. Of course I know the groundskeeper. We're like peas in a pod. We'd all be lost without her. Well, to be honest, not very much. She must have been in the city when we were transported here, but I don't remember seeing her before that.
I really miss my loot, Falar. Not much. At least not much that I know of. I was a captive in a place called the Grotto of Depravity, a cave to the southwest of here.
If you're looking for something to eat, just give me a moment. I'm not used to these crowds. I prefer the term chef. I like to think that my carefully prepared meals make life a little bit...
This one hopes the Hollow City finds you well, undaunted. Meridia's wayward township is many things, but it's never dull. This one is called Tubadan, the most dauntless of the undaunted. The main... Would you like to buy a drink for this Khajiit? Your generosity is 5 clawed. Listen, everyone. That one bought this one a drink. This calls for a song.
You asked for a drink? Tubadan, you're dead. What a waste of coin.
You're an idiot, Tubadan.
Silence, both of you. That one bought Khajiit a drink.
So now you're going to sing?
No. Khajiit is most undaunted here. You will sing.
What? No!
And you will sing, Saba.
Go play in the Vaults of Madness, Tubadan.
All are staying in this tavern until you sing. So sing, fools!
Who knows no fear of beast or blade?
Undaunted! Undaunted!
Yes! Yes!
Who knows no fear of Daedric Plains?
Tell me who!
We are undaunted! Who knows no fear of death of age?
Louder! By the bright moons! Louder!
Undaunted! Undaunted! We are undaunted!
That's the stuff!
Someone pass a sword through my face.
It wouldn't kill you.
Van family says you saved
Reputation can be tough to live up to. That's why you need one of my...
The city has been empty for so long. It's good to finally see a new customer in here. Why, this is... You know, I can't remember the name of this place. It's an imperial city, though.
Don't have many ingredients to work with here in Cold Harbor. Ones that won't kill you, I mean. But you're welcome to look over what I've got.
If your home desperately needs something Daedric, you've come to the right place.
The city's...
Kedeko Oko Jejota. Kedeko Oko Jejota.